शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। Namaste. Now we will see the meaning of the namas in the 20th verse of Shri Vishnu Sahasranama. First, the verse Maheshwaso Mahi Bharta Srinivasa Satangatihi Aniruddha Suranando Govindo Govidampatihi. The namas in this verse are 8 in number. They are Maheshwasaha, Mahibharta, Srinivasaha, Satam Gatihi, Aniruddhaha, Suranandaha, Govindaha, Govidam Patihi. Now let us take up the meaning of each of these namas. The first nama is Maheshwasaha. Mahan Ishvasaha Ishukshepaha Yasya Saha Maheshwasaha. The one whose launching of missiles or arrows is great. He is Maheshwasaha. Ishvasa refers to Ishukshepa. Ishu is the arrows or the missiles or the banas. The one whose Ishvasa or the launching of the arrows is very great, whose ability to launch the arrows is very powerful. So he is Maheshwasa. So we see in the Ramayana that Sri Rama, to show his prowess or just to reassure Sugriva about his strength to vanquish Vali, he pierces the 7 Sala Vrikshas, Sala trees, with just one shoot of the arrow. So this is one instance. So various occasions in Ramayana, we see the Ishvasa or the ability to launch the missiles with great power and strength. In in the Janasthana Vadha, 14,000 Rakshasas were eliminated by Rama single-handedly with his capability to launch the arrows, and he also fought the epic battle with Ravana with his great capability to shoot arrows. So all this activity of Rama is to establish, to protect dharma and protect the pious. And hence Rama, in the process of establishing dharma, exhibits exhibits his great prowess with the bow and the arrow. So Bhagavan Narayana, whose avatara is Rama, is celebrated as Maheshwasaha. The second term is Mahibharta. Ekarnavaplutam Devim Mahim Babhareti Mahibharta. The one who supported or lifted up the goddess of earth, who was submerged in the great primordial ocean, he is Mahibharta. Bharta means the one who supports, the one who lifts up. So he is Bharta, Mahyaha Bharta. Mahi refers to the earth. So the one who supported and lifted up earth, goddess earth. He is Mahi Bharta. Hiranyaksha, a demon, has had hidden away goddess earth under the Ekarnava, or the primordial waters of creation. So from that depths of the ocean, the creative waters of the Yor, Bhagavan Narayana took up the Varaha Avatara and lifted goddess earth out of that ocean, and hence he is denoted as Mahibharta. Also, we can see that it is the Bhagavan who supports the entire universe. As a sustainer, he is the Bharta of the Bhudevi. The earth, its actions, and the lives therein are supported or sustained by the Paramatman. Hence, the Paramatman, he is called as Mahi Bharta. The third term is Srinivasah. यस्य वक्षसि अनपायिनी श्रीः वसति सः श्रीनिवासः. The one in whose chest goddess Shri always resides. So the Lakshmi Pati is saluted by the term Srinivasa. In the previous mantra or the previous nama, we saw that Bhagavan Narayana is glorified as the Bharta of Bhudevi. Now, this term again glorifies or sings the glory of Lord Narayana as Shripati. So, previously Bhupati and now Shripati. The fourth term is Satam Gatihi. Satam Vaidikanaam Purushartha Sadhana Hetuh. Of the pious, the followers of the Vedas, the one who is the cause of attainment of Purusharthas. So in this Nama, we have two independent terms, Satam and Gatihi. Satam refers to the pious people, Sajjanas, good people, pious people, who are piousness. How do they attain that piousness? By following the path laid down in the Vedas. So Vaidikas are Sajjanas. So the followers of the Vedic path are the people denoted by the term Satam. By following the Vedas, the Sajjanatva is attained, goodness, piousness is attained. And then for such people who are Sajjanas, he is the Gati, or he is the one who leads to the attainment of the Purushartha. So, what is Purushartha? Purushartha are the four worthy goals of life identified in the Vedic way of life. What are the four? Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. So, these four Purusharthas, sadhana hetu, attaining these four Purusharthas are or is possible. Attaining these four Purusharthas is possible by following the path laid down in the Vedas and also with the blessings of Bhagavan Narayana. Also, here the Purushartha can be taken as the Parama Purushartha or the ultimate Purushartha, the higher or the highest Purushartha. The highest Purushartha is Moksha. Dharma, Artha, and Kama are the Purusharthas for worldly living. And the highest Purushartha is Moksha. And that Purushartha can be taken to be denoted by the mere usage of the term Purushartha. So, Purushartha sadhana hetuhu then would mean Moksha sadhana hetuhu. So, by following the path of the Vedas in day-to-day life and also having great devotion to Lord, so that would lead to the attainment of the Paramapurushartha, that is moksha. That is denoted by the term Satam Gatihi. So these noble people who follow the Vedic path by the grace of Lord attain the great Purushartha. The fifth term is Aniruddha. न केनापि प्रादुर्भावेषु निरुद्धः इति अनिरुद्धः. The one who was unstoppable by any among the creations. So we see that in the Bhagavata, Krishna's son Pradyumna, and Pradyumna's son is presented in the Bhagavata as Aniruddha. Aniruddha means na niruddha, aniruddha, the one who is unstoppable, the one who cannot be stopped by anyone, especially in the war. So Aniruddha, being the Amsha of Bhagavan Narayana himself, was unstoppable, was very valiant, was a great Yadava warrior. So that aspect of Bhagavan may be taken as described as Aniruddha, or the one who was unstoppable in any of his incarnations. So that can also be the interpretation of the Bhashya Pankti, where we see in all his pradurbhavas, in all his incarnations, he was not hindered, or the purpose of his incarnation was unhinderable, was unstoppable. For every avatara, the goal of the avatara was to establish the dharma, and to overcome or remove the dushtas. So dushta nigraha and shishta paripalana, removal of the negative forces, and then protection and establishment of the dharma. That was the goal. And in all the avatars that Bhagavan took, he was unstoppable towards reaching this goal. As his avatar leela proceeded, no one could stop, and he was successful in establishing dharma and removing adharma. Hence, in that sense also, Bhagavan is praised, or the glory of Bhagavan is sung by the Nama Aniruddha. Then the next term, sixth term, is Suranandaha. Suran Anandayatiti Suranandaha. The one who is the cause of elation of the gods. He is Surananda. So, in the previous term, Aniruddha was described where Bhagavan removed all the negative forces in all his avatars. When the negative forces are removed and dharma is established, all the gods are naturally elated. All the positive forces in the universe, by the Aniruddhatva, or by the Aniruddha Leela, the unstoppable avatara Leela of Bhagavan, they are all elated. All the positive forces gain happiness and strength by the Leela of Bhagavan, and hence the giver of elation, the giver of happiness to the positive forces, the divine forces. Hence, the Bhagavan is glorified as Surananda. The next Nama is Govinda. नष्टां वै धरणीं पूर्वम् अविन्दं वै गुहागतां गोविंद इति तेनाहं देवैर्वाग्भिरभिष्टुतः इति मोक्षधर्मवचनात् गोविन्दः. I retrieved the earth that was considered to be lost into the depths. Hence, the gods praised me as Govinda. So here there are two components of the term Govinda. Go refers to the earth and Vinda, the one who attains it. So Acharya uses a quotation from the Moksha Dharma section of Mahabharata to explain the term Govinda. This verse is in the form of the statements of the Bhagavan himself. So what does the Lord say? That in the Varaha Avatara Leela, the earth, which is denoted as Gauhu, was retrieved from the depths of the primordial creative waters. Hence, I am called as Govinda by the gods. It is interesting to note that the earth is called as Gauhu. The description or the derivation of the term Gauhu is Gachati iti Gauhu, that which constantly goes, that which constantly moves. So, earth which is constantly moving is described as Gauhu, and that Gauhu was retrieved from the depth of the ocean. Hiranyaksha, the Rakshasa, hid Bhumata, and such Bhumata was brought back by the Bhagavan, hence the name Govinda. The next term, Govidam Patihi. Gauhu Vani Tam Vindantiti Govidah Tesham Patihi Visheshena iti Govidam Patihi. Gau refers to speech. Those who attain or possess it are Govidas. The one who is especially the Lord of such Govidas is Govidam Patihi. So here two terms, two independent terms are there as part of this nama, Govidam and Pati. Pati simply means the Lord or the leader or the best. So Bhagavan is best among whom? Govidam. What is the meaning of Govidam? Again here, Go Vinda or Go Vida here means Go refers to speech because speech moves out, is expressed, is manifested. Hence, Gachati iti Gauhu. Here also there is movement of words from the speaker to the listener. Hence, we see speech also being denoted as Gauhu Vani. So those who have that capability or those who possess or those who have attained Vindanti is Govida. So excellent speakers or orators, they are called as Govida. So Govidam Patihi, the best among the speakers, the best among the orators. So Bhagavan was excellently eloquent. We saw that Leela being performed as part of the Gitopadesha. So, in the war front, in that critical situation, Arjuna, who had lost all desire to fight because of his own shoka and moha, was brought back by the eloquence, by the teachings, or by the best oration filled with wisdom, oozing with wisdom that taught Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Raja Yoga. So, in such a wonderful uh, manner of expression of speech that contained all the true principles, Bhagavan facilitated the happening of the Mahabharata war and thereby the establishment of Dharma. And rightfully so, because of that Gitopadesha, we see Bhagavan being celebrated as Govidam Patihi. Not only in the Bhagavad Gita, in various occasions, when Sri Krishna was the Duta, as a messenger or a negotiator for the Pandavas for one last time with the Kauravas, when he went to negotiate, the speech there, the description there, and in so many other occasions in Mahabharata also, we see the speech of the Lord being wonderfully filled with wisdom and knowledge. And rightfully, he is celebrated by this Nama Govidam Patihi. So, with these 8 namas in the 20th verse, we have thus far completed the discussion on 167 namas of Shri Vishnu Sahasranama. Om Tat Sat Shri Krishnarpanamastu.